Mary, and I'm going to take you on a little trip back in time, back to about the late 1800s, early 1900s. And at that time, we had no running water in the house, we didn't have any electricity, and we didn't have any plumbing in the house. So it was kind of a tough time back there, but we got through it just fine. So let's pretend it's Monday morning, and Monday morning I'm going to have my two oldest kids who are very, very strong, and they're going to take this copper bucket, they're going to go out to the well, and they're going to fill it with water. And then they're going to bring it into the house and put it back here on the stove, and we're going to heat the water up. So then when that's done, we're going to come out here, and we're going to put it in our washing machine. Does this look like anything you have in your house? Probably not. And remember, no electricity. So we'd fill it up with water, we'd put the clothes in there, and then we'd have to crank it because no electricity again. Back and forth, until all of a sudden, guess what? It wouldn't start. So what do we have to do? We have to check the clothes inside because they're getting all tangled up inside of here. And it took all day to do the clothes. So then when we got ready to dry our clothes, we stuck them through here, we turned the handle, and the water came out, and then we'd take the clothes and we'd hang them out on the clothesline. And we'd let the sun and the wind do the rest of the work for us for the day, until we had to bring them in later. And while we were doing that, some of the kids had to gather up some of the rugs in the house that were made from old rags and old clothes, and they'd bring it out to the clothesline. And then, before Mom handed you this really complicated tool, it's called a rug beater, she would get you very, very mad. Well, why would she do that? It's because the madder you were, the harder you were going to hit the rugs. So you're out there and you're just beating that rug like crazy, and the dust is just flying like crazy, and guess what Mom's doing? She's in the house smiling because she made you mad enough that now she's got clean rugs coming into the house again. Remember, we had no running water, so we ended up bringing water in by a pump that was connected to the well, and that was our running water for the whole house. Over here we have our stove. The boys might have gotten up early, and they brought in some wood and some corn cobs, and they started the stove. Now, our stove was metal, and it was very, very heavy. So as the stove was getting hotter, so was the metal on the stove. So Mom had to be very careful about not getting burnt. We might have cooked waffles on the stove, and coffee right here for Dad when he came in. Up here we had bread warmers because now Mom has made us fresh bread, and we need to keep the bread nice and warm. Back here we have a pantry, and we would store all of our extra food. Now sometimes we did have to go to the store because we could not raise everything that we needed on the farm. One of the things we might not have raised, we can't raise sugar in Iowa, we can't use baking powder, we can't use baking soda, so we had to go to town and we had to buy those things. So when we went in, we hooked up the horse and wagon, and it was probably an all-day time because most of the places were too far away from town. So when you got to town, you got to pick out your bag of flour and your bag of sugar, and why was that exciting? Because you knew if you wanted a new dress or a new shirt, then you had to pick out a flour sack or a sugar sack that was pretty. They used to put designs on the sacks so that they would sell better, but also because the moms knew that whatever sack you picked out, that was going to be your new dress, or it was going to be your new shirt. So